Are you ready for some football? It's the Texans and the Dolphins coming up next.
So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now the former Washington Husky, here's Myles Gaskin. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
With that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Here's Gaskin. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. Great first drive defensively. 3rd and short, able to stuff the run.
And what it does is it gives not just confidence to your defensive players, it gives an overall feeling of, okay, we've established things here early. We can carry this throughout the game.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Desmond King back deep. It's taken to the 26. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Texans taking over offensively, and it is, of course, Deshaun Watson who leads them out at quarterback.
And he's exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And what he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Christian Wilkins able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Watson. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Houston.
Watson, option play. He'll hand it to Johnson. Got a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Watson to give. This is Johnson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. So they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Watson on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
They'd been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. We're scoreless after 1. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it 2nd and 7. Watson got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. Now it's Watson. This is caught. Touchdown. It's Deshaun Watson with a touchdown pass to Brandon Cooks. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd and 9, Tua. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, standing just outside his own goal line. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Looking to throw. Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Are you serious, dog?
So that one will be accepted. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Back deep for Miami, Jalen Waddle. Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. They'll run now with Gaskin, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Tua. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Gaskin on the carry, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
From the gun, it's Tua. Going deep here for Parker. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And he finds Danny Amendola. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. To throw is Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And looking up into the sun, he's able to make the fair catch inside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. Getting set to go again on offense, here's Devontae Parker now. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And his throw here is incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. 19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The tackle made by Landon Roberts. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. Desmond King now to return it. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half. Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option. You
get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's Watson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. It's not too often you see a holder putting that football down right on the midfield stripe. 60 yards, Charles, but a little bit too much to bite off there.
Yeah, it's good to show confidence in your kicker. That might have been just a little bit too much. I'll guarantee you, as you just noted, putting it down on the midfield stripe, the holder's thinking to himself, that's a long way. Probably not as confident as well.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Looking to pass. Tua. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Yeah, that's a nice tackle there by the safety. But in truth, he's really playing linebacker because he's lined up so close to the line of scrimmage. He's able to read and react with force and make the play behind the line.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Watson now going to run the option right. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Now Watson. They dial up the screen here to Burkhead. Touchdown, Texans. Rex Burkhead, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Dolphins, nothing.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Waddle will return this from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Cut. And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Turn over. Get that ball.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa shakes off the sack. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, very smart play right there. Pocket collapsing around him. Love the way he moved around a little bit and avoided the sack.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
58, boys. 58. 58 is Mike.
Now Tua. Dancing to his left. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Worth noting, that visiting sideline is getting the worst of the sun right now. It can definitely play a factor, especially because the other sideline is in full shade. Now here's a throw that's complete, and he's got this down to the 35.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Worth noting, that visiting sideline is getting the worst of the sun right now. It can definitely play a factor, especially because the other sideline is in full shade. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Here's Johnson again on second down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Good job, baby. Way to hold on to it now.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Johnson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try the air now with Watson. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Watson now to throw. Being chased out left. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's got Amendola on the connection. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are right back in this football game. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like, they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And in a 2-score game, obviously every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he'll be out right at the 35.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Tua. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. Tua to throw. Flush to his right. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. Here's Tua. Going deep here for Parker. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Tagovailoa. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he is going to have the 1st down here, but hold on. As there's a flag on the field, and I think someone got held. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Tua. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And some room to work. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud.